And we are live. And all the announcements are out, so theoretically we are good to go. All right, everyone.
Alrighty.
This is, I know it's been a while, and I've done a few streams since, coming back. This is Final Fantasy V. I tried going through it before. We had some issues with the emulators. And since then, they have released a whole slew of titles ranging from Final Fantasy 1 all the way through Final Fantasy 6 with a updated look and soundtrack. This is the Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. This time I am going to finish it, but we're doing it with a little bit of a twist. I am running the 4-Job Fiesta variant of it, with the support and help of Bograt from Sound Goblin Gaming.
I'm a helpful guide.
Yes. Could you do me a favor and explain what 4-Job Fiesta is?
Sure thing. So, 4-Job Fiesta is an annual charity event organized by Revenant Kyoku, which started over a decade ago at this point, where every year folks get together and do a challenge run of Final Fantasy V. So, Final Fantasy V is one of the handful of Final Fantasy games that has a job system where you have specific jobs that unlock as you play through the game. And within each of those jobs, as you level up that job, you unlock certain abilities and whatnot. And essentially, as you unlock those abilities, you eventually get the ability to sort of mix and match those abilities. This makes Final Fantasy V a very easy game to absolutely break over your knee once you start figuring out those jobs. So the challenge run of the 4-Job Fiesta is you only get access to 4 of those jobs throughout the entirety of your run, and you unlock them as you go through. And you're restricted to only using those 4 jobs. You can only use the abilities off of those 4 jobs, and you have to have at least one of each of the jobs you have unlocked. Now, obviously, you will gradually unlock them as you play, so until you unlock multiple jobs, you can have multiple characters being each job, but by the end of it, you have one character in each job. This year, and I believe the past couple years, the charity that money is being raised for is Planned Parenthood. So I myself am quite proud to have taken part. I actually just finished my own Fiesta run about an hour ago. But yeah, it's a really interesting challenge run that makes you have to kind of think of really interesting ways and sometimes force you into using really interesting combinations of jobs and abilities that you wouldn't otherwise think of.
That does remind me, I had planned on putting a text command in chat for a link to the website for those who wish to support the charity. I don't have it up this time. I will have it up for this upcoming Thursday when we are doing the next part.
Yeah, it is just 4jobfiesta.com. Spell out the number 4, F-O-U-R. So you can check it out there. You can sign up for your own run if you'd like as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different variations on it. I'm doing one of the most basic ones. So, let's get this started.
Indeed. So I have been doing a little bit of research here and there. I think I mentioned this the last time around when we were going through FF5. I have played this game between regular vanilla playthroughs, 4-Job Fiesta runs, and the Career Day Randomizer easily over 100 times at this point. So I am super familiar with this game, but I don't really know, and actually the community itself doesn't really know quite yet what all the differences in the Pixel Remaster are. So I've been doing my best to research those so I can be as accurate as I can with guiding you. For the most part, the Pixel Remasters have been fairly faithful to the Super Nintendo versions, so as a community, we're pretty sure it's still mostly faithful there. We think there's been a few of the more common bug fixes applied, and there's a couple other things that are different, which we will sort of get to when they come up. For good or ill, as it were.
Yeah. Non-mechanically differences. This castle looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, no, Like, here's the thing: FF5 was already an incredibly good-looking game on the Super Nintendo. Um, I would say a lot of environments from it definitely looks way better than 4 did, and there are definitely some environments I think that look a bit better even than 6, and 6 is usually held up in pretty high regard for the actual like pixel art used in it. These pixel remasters are phenomenal.
Yeah, the flickering fire that's in the windows there, I
Hmm.
I don't think I have seen anything that good looking in a pixel game in a long time.
The fire effects are really good. The water effects in all the pixel
Oh yeah.
remasters are astounding.
My only complaint about the pixel remasters is, come on guys, put them on more systems. More people
Yeah.
need to have the ability to experience this. I would kill to be able to play any of the Final Fantasies 1 through 6 just on the go on my Switch.
See, I can, but I have a Steam Deck, so.
Yep, true.
One interesting thing, there are actually incredibly small changes made to the character sprites for the Pixel Remaster to make them a little bit more in line with the original Amano art.
Nice.
Like, not massive by any means. They are still pretty close to the original, like, Super Nintendo sprites, but there are very, very small details, mostly in, like, the clothing layout that were changed to cut them a little closer to the Amano art.
I kind of wish they would do. Well, I have seen a lot of the stuff for 6, and I know they didn't really do that for that. But man, I would love to see some of that applied there because there are some amazing designs in 6 that just don't really translate well to sprite.
Yeah, I'm also admittedly fairly interested to see what the translation is like for this. Um, I've been watching somebody else actually who's doing their Fiesta run presently and using the Pixel Remaster version, so I've seen a little bit of it here and there. But I'm most familiar at this point with the original old school Super Nintendo translation, which never got an official U.S. release, but is actually regarded as and highly likely to be, at least as anyone can find, the first ever fan translation of a game for like a ROM hack.
Yeah, I actually remember that from back in the very early 2000s.
Yeah, the first version of the Final Fantasy V RPGE translation was in like 1998.
All right. And here, one thing that the Pixel Remasters do is they give you a nice little control scheme guide the very first time that you start playing.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty basic controls anyways, so
Yeah,
not too hard to track.
that was
But
the wrong way.
yep. So as an aspect of my guidance, I'm gonna mostly sit back and let you experience the game as you will. I'll point out some things here and there that are easy to miss or that I feel are kind of dick moves.
Fair enough.
But other than that, I'm gonna let you mostly first-time experience stuff unless you explicitly ask. And Hunter and I have previously discussed with like boss fights and things like that. I will always let Hunter take the first swing at it on their own, their own devices and strategies, and then if they get through it, great, and I'll go over some interesting things about those boss fights after that fact. If they need help, that's what I'm here for.
So was that leather cap an actual guaranteed drop, or is that just?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that leather cap is actually a guaranteed drop from that fight. The game early on does throw a handful of bits of armor and accessories at you just to get you a little bit geared up.
So we're going to keep the canon name. If all the characters had been renamable, I was actually going to rename them based on characters from 14.
Technically speaking, the canon name is Butts, but
You know, you're right. Hold on. Am I able to? There we go.
They specifically only do the Bart's thing. It's 1T.
Ah,
Yeah, it's uh, they only do the Bart's thing in specifically the U.S. releases. In Japan, even when they transliterate his name into English, it's Butts. And in the European releases, at least, I don't know if it's the same with Pixel Remaster, but traditionally in the European releases, it defaults to Butts as well. I mean, technically speaking, his name is Batsu, but
yes. I mean, when I inevitably do a Final Fantasy VI run, I am going with the canon Japanese names.
yeah, it just in this particular instance, it is specifically, especially from like Dissidia, we have canonical Japanese promotional material with his name in English, and the English name they use is Butts.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, normally I would not assume that a meteor has anything to do with the wind stopping, but Final Fantasy World, most likely. Did two things
yeah.
occur simultaneously? They're probably related. Random old man. I really like the minimap. It's a
Yeah,
very
it's
nice
definitely
addition.
a nice added feature. Even I, as someone who has played this game like I said, over 100 times, I got lost a couple times in my most recent run through when I was trying to find a particular thing in the overworld map, and had to
Yeah.
keep referencing the map to pull it up, and it's really annoying in the Super Nintendo version because it's you press a button, it pulls up the overworld map. You have to push another button to go back to actually like traveling. Like I'm having to like pop back and forth to check where the hell I was.
Yeah.
So one thing that I do miss a little bit, specifically that was in the GBA version, but fortunately there is actually a mod for the Pixel Remaster version to add it back in. The GBA version actually added the little Amano portraits on the text boxes for the main characters.
Ooh, I might mod that in for next session.
Yeah, I don't know how good the mod particularly looks. I don't know if it kind of squishes text to do it or whatnot, because I haven't messed with it, but I was curious like yesterday, so I went to go see what mods were out there for Pixel Remaster. And I saw that there was definitely one for adding those portraits in.
Nice. Yeah, good luck, though. Good luck dealing with potentially world-ending catastrophe stuff.
Yeah, so an interesting thing is that Butts, by profession, is an adventurer. That's what he does. He just kind of wanders.
You could say he probably has the
It's
most in common with the Warrior of Light from 14, then.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly uncommon. If you head off to the right, there is actually a thing behind those trees there. Not on the top, the side, kind of across from where you came
Ah,
in. There's a little path through the trees on the right-hand side.
there it is. Oh, yeah, I remember
And,
how important that is.
yep, saves you 1,000 gil right there.
Walking
So one of
diagonals.
the yes, the diagonal movement is a great thing that it's added to all the Pixel remasters. It does make certain things a lot easier. But yeah, so one of the best things about Final Fantasy V, in my opinion, one of the reasons why it's honestly probably my favorite Final Fantasy game aside from 14, is that almost all of the boss fights in Final Fantasy V are in some way a puzzle. Like, you can go in there and just kind of slog through them for the most part, but there's always a better way for almost every single one. Now, you might not always have access to that if you're doing a Fiesta run like this, but there are a lot of interesting tricks to things that you can do in 5. And it's one of the only Final Fantasy games where every boss in the entire game is susceptible to at least some status effects.
That's pretty nice. A lot of the games, especially later on in their entries, status effects tend to just not be viable for most stuff.
Well, because bosses are usually immune to them, and why would you waste time putting status effects on random fights when you could be dealing damage instead to get through the fight quicker, usually?
Yep.
Unless it's a particularly tough, like, optional challenge fight or something like that. Yeah, usually you would never use status effects in basically any other Final Fantasy game. But in this one, well, it's kind of a must for some fights to actually get through them, especially in Fiesta mode.
Boko ate those people.
Oh yeah, another interesting little canonical thing. It won't come up yet, but it'll come up much later, probably about halfway through the game. Final Fantasy V establishes that canonically you can only ride male chocobos.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. At least within the world of 5, it's not really clear whether or not that's the case across all Final Fantasies, but it is explicitly a thing that gets brought up later on. You do find a female chocobo, and Butts is like, oh, we can't ride this one, she's female.
Kind of wish there was an auto text thing.
Yeah, I will say for my run-through, I used what's called Project Demi, which was the side project of the people that made Career Day, which is vanilla FF5, but essentially skips all the cutscenes and text and whatnot.
Okay.
But obviously I would not recommend that for people that have not played through the game before. I only did it because, like, I could probably recite most of this story off the top of my head.
It's a very accommodating chocobo.
Yeah, Boko's a buddy.
That wasn't there before.
Well, no, but there was also just an earthquake, so...
That's true. How convenient. Game, stop reading my mind.
Yep. So this game is actually pretty good at that, at, like, justifying, like, oh, we couldn't get here before. Well, yeah, this just happened.
Apparently Butts saw a snake. Ah. Well, it's a good thing we healed up. We're just gonna let this auto.
Yeah, so it is worth noting, Galef starts with no weapon. Butts has a broadsword, Lena has a knife, and Galef starts with nothing. You do have a leather cap to throw on somebody if you feel like it.
That is true. He's... Let's see here, defense-wise. Everyone's equal. Okay.
Yep.
Until I actually get abilities, I'm just gonna auto.
Yep. I will say this much about 5. With slight rare exception, there's not really any need to grind in this game, like, at all. I think my highest level character in the Fiesta run I just completed was level 33.
Wow.
And I have definitely seen this game completed multiple times with characters in the low to mid 20s.
Now, depending on how things go, we'll see where I'm at.
There is also significant benefit to running from fights in this game.
Nope. So used to just hitting a button for optimized equipment.
Mm-hmm. Yep, no, it's a menu option here. One of the small benefits of being unarmed that you may be noticing there is that unarmed does automatically count as having quote-unquote 2 weapons. You will actually attack twice if you're unarmed.
Makes sense, 2 fists.
And earlier you may have seen it when it happened to the crab. If you crit unarmed, it actually ignores enemy defense.
Ah.
It is one of the ways that Monk is a somewhat viable job in this game. It does tend to still drop off pretty hard towards the tail end of the game, although the Pixel Remaster did make some changes that make it a little bit more useful through end game, but still not a high tier class by any means. But
can't ask a favor from a pirate? It's like, what, they're not Fae?
The ignoring defense on crits is a fairly handy thing in some fights.
Nope, that's not a doorway.
Nope. Doors are generally pretty well defined. You see the little kind of box thing there.
Ah. I know that opened up something.
You cannot actually get to what that opened up yet.
Ah, okay.
You'll be back here later.
Now we're just going to steal a ship. Surely there are going to be no repercussions for this. There it is. He is having so much fun. Ferris has got some really good hearing. Please accept my apologies for trying to steal your ship. Also, I'm royalty. Please ransom me. Well put, Butts. No, no, I think the emphasis is on the all alone. Isn't that the medal from the end of Star Wars? Yeah. Not really much to say for this first part. We've gone through this before.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it's just kind of getting things rolling.
Yeah. That sideways sprite of Ferris always makes me think of, I think the character's name is Joe from some old mecha anime. The stereotypical, just long-haired companion.
Ah, yes, Sildra, boon and faithful companion, our constant comrade through so much of this game.
We've gone through this. They're dead, or at least soon to be. So like I'm not even gonna play up to the fact that, by the way, Ferris is a woman.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm lazy. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere else I could have gone to get something, but I'm lazy.
There is a town off to the left, actually, that is probably a good idea to go to, so, you know, you can get, like, a weapon for Galef.
Nah, he can fist everything. Ah, yes. Grog, grog, grog. Like, I'm pretty sure I can just go there myself.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Open up the door, let me talk to people, get loot. Fantastic information for my adventure.
I mean, that is actually valid. There's a status effect called Old.
Ah.
It is a slow-level drain.
Oh, God. You actually have to let them do this.
Yeah, you realistically don't need to actually talk to any of the people in here. I can give you any of the information they would, but you should check basically everything here. The crate as well.
Ah, I would have thought that was just environment. That is actually really nice about the Pixel remasters, is if something's hidden somewhere, you get that
the
pop-up.
little- Yeah. Yep.
Ah, even monsters. Alright, nothing in the painting.
Yeah, that's it for the house. You also have automatic sprint.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's, battle speed fast. Actually, speed normal, because I think monsters will swing while you're looking at stuff in the ATB.
That actually depends upon what you have the battle type set to. If it's set to wait, then they will. If it's set to, then they won't. If it's set to active, then they will. If you're on the like base menu where you can, fight, item, etc., they will still swing. If you're in one of those sub menus, so like selecting a spell or looking through your items or whatnot, it does pause it.
Oh, okay. Before I get armor, I'm gonna make sure I have a weapon for him. Which actually does bring up a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've checked the pre-rolled classes, so we know what we're getting. Of the weapons here, should I go for one that's specific to the first class we're getting?
That's a great question. 2 of the 3 here can be used by Blue Mage.
Okay. So I'm assuming the rod and staff.
Nope, Blue Mages can't use staves.
Of course. Well, that's good. Broadsword seems like a...
They do use swords, though. So
Alright, for the
I would
time...
actually pick up 1 more.
Okay.
Just have it for the... I believe, if I remember correctly, there is 1 in the Wind Shrine that you'll get for free.
That's right.
And having 1 more will then get you full party with broadswords. Because it's also just going to be better than the knife you have on Lena right now. And especially early game, money is not particularly hard to come by, especially because you have already pre-rolled all 4 of your jobs, so anytime you get equipment that won't work for one of the jobs you have, you can immediately sell it, and it's no big deal.
Yeah, fair enough.
I should probably pick up shields as well,
Ah.
however many you can afford.
Which would be 2.
2, yep. Yep,
But Ferris already has one, so...
Ferris already has one, yep, so that's... And I want to say there might be a free one in the Wind Shrine as well. Again, early game, they do tend to throw a lot of gear at you.
Yep. That looked like that might be a patch. Oh well. So is that all the stuff in this town, or is there more hidden away?
There's plenty more. I would recommend checking just about every barrel and box you can spot.
Aha.
There is actually a path up there.
Zock's house. No, we'll be back here later. Ah, there it is.
In a rather conspicuous bush.
Leather shoes.
Yep, another free accessory.
Should I be going into any of these buildings yet?
I mean, you can if you want to. There's also that barrel there. Yeah. More money.
Yep.
So again, strictly speaking, if we had not pre-rolled all your jobs, one other thing that is important is in that pub there is a piano. You need to play every piano in the game. If there's a possibility you might end up with Bard as one of your jobs.
Ah.
Because that is how you unlock the final song. It is actually a slightly funny little note. I do recommend at least somewhat checking it out. Butts actually does play a song when he plays the piano, and he starts off really crappy, and as you play more and more pianos, he actually gets gradually better and better.
That's pretty smart. You have a unique sprite, or at least a different colorization of someone else's sprite. I like how no one questions the fact that she's with these 3 random people.
If you actually go a little bit further down from there and talk to one of the attendants next to the pot in the bottom of that room, he will give you a bunch of free potions. And that pot is also healing water, so...
Excellent. Hopefully we won't have to come back down for it.
Shouldn't really need to. I mean, again, I do encourage running from fights you don't feel necessary to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because, again, there is actually a benefit to running in this game.
Oh, yes. I saved it before. We're good. Alright, there's a side path here somewhere, isn't there?
No, there isn't. Most dungeons in this game have multiple save points. There's usually at least one towards... Yeah, there's usually one save point towards the beginning and one towards the end, right before the boss in most dungeons. And if it's a particularly long dungeon, there will sometimes be one midway through. They are actually quite generous about that.
Nice. Excellent. I guessed correctly. These sprites look really good, too. Yep, there's that other broadsword.
Yep. And completely pointless at this point, but try walking against the wall there.
Right.
This game loves secret passages. If you had Thief, one of their inherent abilities is the ability to see secret passages, but...
Unfortunately, not this run.
Nope.
Time to fight Big Bird.
Yep, welcome to the first boss of the game. Don't hit the whelk when he's in the shell.
Well, that tells me to stop the auto. Ah, I see.
Strictly speaking, you can just chill out. You don't have to keep defending.
Ah.
He will eventually come out of it on his own.
Oh, he was one hit away.
Yep. So that attack he did coming out of the wing mode there, Breath Wing, if you hit him while he's covering, he will counter every attack you do against him with a Breath Wing.
Ah. There's no more boss encounters, right?
No,
okay.
it's the crystal. Crystal room is next. You're good. There's like, you might run into, potentially you could run into a fight here, but it would be just random trash. It would be more like goblins and the snakes.
Yeah. Which weren't even getting swings in on me, so.
Nope.
Someone borked the shadow, or the crystal. Who could have done that? Courage, the essence of flame. Devotion, the essence of water. Okay, I guess. Hope, the essence of earth. I mean,
I got some shit to say about the Earth Crystal when we get there.
Okay. And passion, the essence of wind. With your powers combined... Oh, wait. Sorry. Wrong thing. The chosen four. Except for one of you. You know what happened. Everyone gets one but Ferris. I find it kind of interesting that Blue Mage is in the starter batch.
Yep. It is a wind crystal job. If anything, I think it's more a practical measure than anything else. It's actually really annoying if you're doing like a pure chaos run, for instance, and your last job you get is Blue Mage.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, as previously mentioned, the first job that Hunter unlocked is Blue Mage. So since we now have access to it, all 4 of our characters have to be a Blue Mage. There are some variant runs where that's a little different, but we're not doing those, so...
Since we are mostly casters, should I actually just have them in back row? Or...
Ish. We're gonna deal with the thing in a second here.
Okay. That's gotta be nauseating.
This is gonna actually sort of spit you out of the Wind Shrine after Boko here gives you the tutorial about jobs. But you don't really need them.
He's like, been there, done that. Appreciate the offer.
You're going to want to pop back in there, A, to go hit the
Heal thing.
Healy water, because I don't believe that gave you a heal, unless they changed that.
It did not.
And then you're also going to want to run around in here for a little bit until you get a black goblin encounter.
Aha. Pretty sure there's no encounters on the first floor, so second floor it is.
Nope. Alright, so you can go ahead and kill off that white serpent, and then just chill out for a bit. Okay, you can kill him now. Congratulations, you have learned Gunch, your bread and butter as a blue mage. Now you can move everyone to the back row. Goblin Punch costs 0 MP to cast, and essentially just throws an attack using the base attack power of the weapon you are holding. It does not do any weapon special abilities, does not do any procs, anything like that. Just raw attack with that weapon. However, because it is technically a spellcast, it does the same damage from front row or back row, and has one extra little thing where if you are the same level as whatever you're hitting with Goblin Punch, it deals 8 times damage.
Ooh, nice. If I remember correctly, try to go in there, thing's locked, gotta go back to town to talk to the guy.
Yep.
Oh, that looks so good. Like, we talked about that before, about the water looking good, but man, it's so good every time.
Now looks amazing. But yes, that being said, there is a decent section of early game where one of the strategies for various bosses is just be the same level as them and Goblin Punch them if Blue Mage is your first class.
I could see that. That guy kind of floated there for a second.
This is not always a possible thing to do. There are actually some bosses that start lower level than you do in the game.
Huh. I'm sorry, I ate the key.
So for those not familiar with sort of the concept of Blue Mage, since it's not necessarily a super common thing in Final Fantasy games, Blue Mages are mages that use monster abilities as spells. In order to learn said spells, you have to be hit by the ability. In 5 in particular, if you are a Blue Mage, you inherently have what's called Learning, and as you level up in your job class of Blue Mage, you will unlock the ability to put inherent learning on other jobs if you switch to them. But it does have to be somebody with learning in one way or another that gets hit with the spell in order to learn it. However, once one person has learned the spell, all your Blue Mages have access to it. There are not separate spell queues for everyone in this game. Any magic you have as a party, not as an individual.
That's pretty nice. I'm going to do my best not to chortle every time I see someone bring up his name.
That being said, there are a couple other blue mage spells you can actually pick up now. They're not super vital.
You say, how useful are they?
Um, one of them is your first kind of direct attack spell as a blue mage, but you really don't use it that much, honestly.
You say we have, Goblin Punch, so.
Yeah. Early game with blue mage, you are mostly goblin punching things. So it is, you technically could get arrow now, but first off, it's from a rare encounter in the Wind Shrine to begin with. And secondly, as I said, it's not super useful, and you're almost guaranteed to get it later on.
Oh, okay. Haha. She said booty. That seemed pretty useful.
Hey, Vorton.
Hey, Vorton. Ah. That's right, the new banner hit today, if I remember correctly. If you had any wishes saved up, I hope you got who you're going for. I like how they established the fact that, the loss of the crystals is an immediate loss of the element itself.
No, it's just a significant weakening thereof.
Yeah. Oh, grats! I was in another stream where people were talking about that, saying how much they wanted to get whoever the new character was. Yeah, 4 stars don't even have a pity system for them, so that's actually pretty good luck. Nice. Actually, that's really good, man, because a lot of those are 5 stars. And even with their pity system, that's still, you have to do 90 rolls to get the pity roll. Yeah, he disappeared into thin air. That was kind of weird. Very nice.
So amusingly, as I was gathering my notes together for your run, it did end up being at least 50% overlap with my run anyways.
Ah.
Especially in that we both got Blue Mage start, so the very beginning was completely the same.
Nice. I mean, 1 in 6 chance.
Yep. Well, not for me. I did a pure chaos run.
Oh! Okay, that's insanely lucky that we got the same then.
Yep. I did reap the penalties of going for pure chaos.
Uh-oh.
Pure Chaos is the only run type where even if you don't actually sign up for Berserker Risk, you can pull a Berserker.
Oh, okay,
Boy,
yeah.
did I get one.
Oh, well, at least it was only 1.
Yeah.
Oh god, just
Pure
look at
Chaos
that.
won't duplicate jobs, so.
That is insane how good that water looks, and knowing that theoretically that would have been possible on actually I don't know if that would have been possible on an SNES.
I imagine you probably could do it, but the amount of like space it would take on the cart would have been ridiculous.
Oh, Grat's on a 5-star weapon. Also, can you just marvel at the dexterity he has of walking that, what is that on the front of a ship?
Prow.
Okay, so walking on the bow all the way up there to unlock a gate, which, first off, why would you have the key lock there? But second off, just be able to go do that and then just walk back. Yes, the water does seem higher res compared to the rest of the world. But I think it mostly has to do with the amount of frames that are required for the entire loop.
Yeah.
Okay. Now everyone has gotten their cast of Goblin Punch. You can just auto it.
Yep.
Ooh, well, good thing we have those Phoenix Downs.
They also kept in the stupid joke.
Oh, 10 arms?
No, not 10 arms. The stupid joke is that the squids and octopi here will only target Ferris and Lena.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, Japan, never change. Pretty much.
It's Carl, a boss.
Ah, Carl. I wonder what his name in Japanese is. Like, Karabos?
Something similar to that. It's actually supposed to be Charybdis, but...
Oh, okay, that actually makes sense.
It's like, that name is so hard to actually like render in Japanese that there was no way they were ever going to get there from that translation.
Yeah. Pretty sure I don't have anything anti-paralysis, so...
Remember, you should be using Goblin Punch.
Oh, you are correct.
Says you can your party are level 5.
Yep.
Bye, Carl.
He was a boss.
So it's actually very difficult to not have at least somebody in your party be level 5 at this point.
Fair enough.
Unless you actually intentionally, like, ground in the Wind Shrine or the Pirate Cave for whatever reason. So Blue Mage typically will accidentally Goblin Punch the hell out of Carl.
This is the last we ever see of Sildra, right? Other than Sildra becoming a summon, I think.
No, Sildra
Okay.
shows up later.
That's good.
Very briefly.
Oh, well.
And then, yes, does become a summon later in the game, towards the very end. Like the third or fourth to last summon, basically.
Ah. Sildra is also, I want to say, the Stormblood Collector's Edition mount.
Sounds right.
It's exposition time. Or not. Okay. I thought we were
Nope.
going to be told about Sildra.
Nope. The most we ever get about Sildra is like, Sildra and I grew up together.
Oh. It's regarding people trying to defend Japanese pop culture. A lot of it is it's tough to understand when you aren't raised in that culture because it seems very awkward to us, but a lot of it makes a lot more sense when you have an actual base grounding and like grow up in that culture. It's very awkward to try to actually explain major cultural difference, or actually minor cultural differences like that to people who aren't raised in the culture.
Yeah. Our culture is weird to people who aren't from America, so.
And well, it should be.
Yeah. So, welcome to the ship's graveyard.
Yeah, I remember this place. I remember crashing in this place. Let's see if we can actually not crash in this place this time.
Yep. If you go below decks, there's beds you can sleep in. It's just worthwhile to know that. But you
Okay.
do get a full heal when you head here. But if you ever need to, you can run back here and get that. Oh, stand there for a second.
After we're done punching these ghosts and skeletons. I mean, if you still have a system to play it on, I'd definitely recommend playing the old cartridge of it.
He's talking cartridge. That would be like the 3DS remake.
Ah.
Because original Abyss was PS2.
Oh, nope, that's just something to sell again.
Yeah, nobody can use that. That's a white mage weapon, but it's money.
Yep.
So.
And since we know what classes we're getting into, we can pre-buy some stuff ahead of time.
Yep.
Also, I was unaware that Tales of the Abyss had gotten a re-release on 3DS.
3DS, yep.
I'd say I'd have to pick up a copy, but my 3DS does not like cartridges, so. Ah. Well, fair enough. Man, until I can get a better weapon, this is just gonna be a slog.
I mean, they don't hit that hard, and it's like 3 hits each for pretty much all the enemies in this section for you, so...
Yeah, not saying it's gonna be difficult, just, you know, it's gonna take a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. My personal opinion on video game piracy is the game buyable? Don't pirate it. Is the game not buyable? Yo ho ho. Like, if you can get a legit copy that's actually going to get money to the people who are responsible for making it, then you should do so.
So those guys, in extremely rare circumstances, drop elixirs.
Oh, wow.
Is yet another thing that you will find is quite funny in this game. Elixirs are fucking everywhere, man.
Good.
The same rare encounter in the Wind Shrine that you can learn Arrow from also rarely drops elixirs. Literally the first, like, not even... it's hard to even classify that as a dungeon, but yeah, the first dungeon of the game has an enemy that'll just drop elixirs.
Uh-oh.
It's fine, you're coming up on another rest section.
Okay. Hopefully they won't overly target Ferris.
They usually do.
Of course.
It's part of why anytime I run a Fiesta in full Dragoon, Ferris is my default Dragoon, because she spends 90% of the game with her face on the floor.
Just like a Dragoon.
Yep. No, there is actually a thing in the algorithms because of how the way the targeting works that Ferris does actually end up getting targeted more than any other character. It has to do with like character's agility stat or something along those lines, from my understanding. It's not actually that significant an amount more. It's like 1 in like 200 or 300 increase, but it's still it's a meme.
Yep.
Enemies always target Ferris.
Also, if you've played enough, eventually it starts adding up.
Pitfall.
Yep. I think I am just going to use a potion just to be safe.
I'm going to be real with you. It's not a bad thing, actually, to have one of your characters die. You're going to want level desync at a certain point.
That's true.
might also want to take off auto, because otherwise Lynn is going to go through your whole...
No, I
options.
already set her to Goblin Punch. I don't want to know why there was a fish in your shorts.
Swimming through the water. They go where they want.
Fair enough. Time to get dry. Strip off your clothes. Oh, my stars and comets. He's a woman! Yeah? Your point? I don't get what that's a threat, but okay.
So likewise, if you need to at any point, you can run back to this room and use the beds, and you'll sleep and be healed.
Excellent. I think those are just for show.
Yep, they are just aesthetic.
Just to make sure that she's on it. So are there any actual Blue Mage spells to learn while we're in this graveyard?
I don't believe any of the stuff in Ship's Graveyard. No, your next Blue Mage spell isn't for quite a while, actually.
Okay.
So funny thing about that world map, it'll chase you through the game.
Oh, if you don't pick it up here, it'll be elsewhere?
If you don't pick it up here, there's like 2 other spots where it shows up, and then it will eventually just be automatically given one if you don't take it at any of those 3 spots.
That's a great name. Mind Flusher. You broke a freeze pop in half, Vorton? Like across the middle, or like I don't know how to explain it. Like, like horizontally or vertically? Oh, okay.
You now have the ability to put learning on any job.
Yep, as soon as I get to the point where I've learned another job. Oh, there's a chest right there. Blends in very well.
Yeah, the fog effect isn't helping. You may notice you're doing a little bit more damage there. That's because you reached a level threshold. And Lena's a little behind, because she usually is like one level behind everyone else for damage thresholds.
Ah.
So one thing about this game is your character's stats actually don't really go up all that much. What you primarily have is almost all formulas are based on level and then modified by what job you are in. And that typically gives you what your final stat block is.
Okay. But hey, now that things are two-shottable, we go a little bit faster.
Yep. Just as you come to the end of the ship's graveyard.
Yep. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about for that. Also, TikTok. Certainly is a site. Or app. Who?
Who the fuck are you? Oh, sprite.
Very tall sprite.
Yeah, Siren here is, I think, the only double height sprite in this game.
Wow.
There might be like one other. I think like Bahamut might be a double height sprite.
I would certainly hope so.
But like, I'm like 99% sure that Siren here is the only double height like humanoid sprite in the game. Even X-Death is actually just a single height sprite.
Karate chop. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's pretty, good things about TikTok. Just most of it I just see it for people making funny videos. Also trolling Republican convention stuff. Wait, what?
silence doesn't really stop blue magic generally.
That's actually kind of funny.
At least some things are usable through silence.
I wonder if it has to do with the fact that it might be considered physical damage instead of,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure you would be stopped if you tried to do, like, arrow or vampire.
Oh, is that so? I'm just gonna beat you up. It's like, I could do the old, standard trick, but I'd rather save my Phoenix Downs.
Phoenix Down won't work. She's actually heavy.
Oh.
That being said, you can hug potions into her for 50 damage each.
Yeah, I didn't notice the physical damage doesn't seem to be doing that much.
Yes, she has an insanely high physical defense in undead form.
Ooh.
See aforementioned comment, by the way. Siren is level 2. You literally can't 8x damage Gauntlet Punch.
Ah.
Since you start the game at level 3.
I mean, that sounds interesting, Vorton. But, like, depends on what they've got for all the options there. Sandwiches are generally, like, if you got, depending on your selection of ingredients and everything, generally hard to make bad.
That sounds like a challenge.
I mean, if you're the one eating it, I don't care.
I ate hash browns mixed with pink vanilla frosting. I know no limits.
Was that one of HP's stream thing?
Yeah, that was during the 24-hour stream. He had the MRE hash browns and pink vanilla frosting.
Oh, I didn't even know it was the MRE hash browns. That's even worse.
Yep. He had like one forkful. I was like, I'll eat the rest of it. I don't give a fuck. Alright, with that, we have made it out of the ship's graveyard.
And we'll see where we go from there. Not that direction.
Nope.
Poor little thing. The cardinal sin of being exactly the same level as us.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep, I'm a ghost. A ghost who's gonna sleep in this bed. Ah, no hidden treasure.
Nope.
You see, I'd be frightened about doing that, Vorton, because I have some odd sauces and spices and stuff in my pantry, so that could potentially make some very dangerous sandwiches.
So Carwin here is actually notable for being one of the only early game towns in this game that has a separate item shop. Most of the time they're actually just in the inn.
Ah. Okay, that armor is not equipable. Money.
Yep.
You trying to rob me, old man?
Yeah. 5, also interestingly, has light, medium, and heavy armor.
Ah.
So, like, for instance, your classes like your typical, like, white mage, black mage, they're all light armor. But blue mage is actually medium armor.
Ah.
There are some plate armors and whatnot that blue mage can wear.
Probably want the copper cuirass, not the cotton robes.
Yep. Technically speaking, cotton robe has slightly better magic defense, but this early on, it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Okay.
I think you should be able to do bronze helms as well.
If they had them, or I don't think I saw them on there. Nope.
Okay, no, never mind. Those are heavy.
Yeah, bronze is heavy, copper was medium. I don't quite have enough money to start stocking up on magic for one of our future jobs.
You'd be surprised. Low-level magic is usually pretty cheap.
Yeah, but I want to buy some potions. Thanks, buddy.
Technically speaking, that's a mechanics thing.
Of course it is.
Knights have the ability to wield weapons two-handed, which allows them to do 1.5 times damage.
Ah. Piano skill leveled up. Not that we really need it, because, once again, we did not get barred in our rolls.
Nope.
Give me a second, I'm getting a drink.
No worries.
I was prepared, and I have a nice big bottle of water. This looks like this should have a... Is this really just a room that has nothing in it?
Yep.
Okay. Looked like there was a side path over there, though. Aha!
There is, if I remember correctly, in this game, one single person that if you do something like that and get behind the bar and then go talk to them, they're like, "Get the hell out of here!"
I mean, honestly, it should be all of their responses. Butts, do you have any ideas? Nope. I like that he's trying to think so hard. Oh man, if not by land, not by sea. What it'll be, I don't know. Does blindness actually affect casting of blue magic?
Does not affect Goblin Punch, but you're not always going to be reliant on Goblin Punch. It's worth picking up eye drops. I generally try and keep a stock of 5 to 10 of all the
Yeah.
status heals, just in general.
Expensive.
Trust me, you're gonna reach a point where money is no longer an issue.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just thinking about for, early game right now. Worst comes to worst, I can grind a little bit for money. Now, I sure hope that I spoke to who I was supposed to speak to go... I'm trying to remember where the mountain is from here.
North.
North? Okay.
It's almost directly east from the ship's graveyard. You just kind of loop around a little bit of mountain into a forest area.
Ah. Yeah, that right there was 100 gil for that fight.
Yep.
A Gaelic hat! Quick, punch it!
These are going to be extremely important for you towards the end of World 1.
Oh? Ah.
It's boss strategy stuff, so I won't elaborate further at this time.
Oh, fair enough. I just realized Ferris is the only one to not have red shoulder pads for their Blue Mage sprite.
Ferris very frequently is off design from the rest of the party and the jobs she has.
Interesting.
Like, if I remember correctly, she's the only one whose Dragoon armor is not a shade of blue. Like, she, even, yes, as you noticed, even in, like, color mages, she still has variant from the rest of the party. Her Time Mage gear is, like, entirely different colors than any of the other party.
At some point I'll have to take a look at that just to see what the differences are. Like, obviously not use the other classes, but at least show off the sprites.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the sprites in the actual job selection menu.
Yep. If that cockatrice can do what I think it can, this is very oh god, this is very early introduction of Petrify.
I mean, the item store in Carwin sells golden needles.
Yeah. So I try to remember how to navigate this without stepping on all this poison. Or not. Actually, I'm not sure if it's poison or anything else.
It's poison.
Yeah.
If you step on those flowers, it poisons your entire party.
Ooh.
So these headstones here, you can technically learn a blue magic spell from, but it's annoying to do so. And again, you're virtually guaranteed to get it later.
I will give it some time.
It's not a time thing. You have to feed them an ether.
Oh, no. Yeah, that ain't happening.
They will attempt to cast Flash. They don't have any MP.
That's pretty funny.
Not the funniest instance of that in the game. That one we won't actually run into just because we don't have the jobs that care about doing Fork Tower. Minotaur at the top of one side of Fork Tower, when you defeat him, attempts to cast Holy but doesn't actually have any MP. If you feed him an ether before that, he will cast Holy on your ass.
That's pretty funny.
Lena poison counter 1.
Oh, it's gonna be that type of situation. I see.
There are like 3 or 4 storyline poisonings of Lena in this game.
Yes, everyone knows who she is except for the people who are with her.
Well, in fairness, Galef has amnesia and Arts isn't from around here.
Fair enough. The Dread Pirate Ferris. Ah, she starts poison. Fantastic.
Yes. No, she actually is poisoned. Like,
where is there it is.
so by the way, they're both level 8.
Well, that's just embarrassing.
So one thing worth noting, we have run into one of the first changes in the Pixel Remaster version. HP checks are constant in this rather than on the actual enemy turn. If you had been doing this on the SNES or GBA version and been in that situation, you never would have even seen Forza. Because it only checks for Lena to be, or for Magissa to be below a certain health threshold when her turn comes up in order to summon Forza, and Lena gets poisoned again.
Yep.
And if you manage to kill her before her turn comes back up after she reaches that threshold, she's just gone. Alternative strategies here, if you had not, in fact, been at the correct level to gunch abuse, you have a Frost Rod you picked up in Carwin, and you could have snapped that bitch and one-shot her.
Ah.
So that's an opportunity for us to talk about rod snapping. So any class in this game that can equip rods as a weapon can do what's called rod snapping, which destroys the rod, but casts a heightened version of the level 2 spell of that rod's element. So fire rods do fire 2, ice rods do ice 2, thunder rods do lightning 2, or bolt 2. That gets to another one of the differences in Pixel Remaster. Rod snapping is even more powerful in Pixel Remaster, to the point where it's actually one of the most powerful strategies in the entire game.
Oh.
Because in all previous versions of this game, in order to snap the rod, you had to basically swap it into your equipped weapon slot, and then double indicate it in order to use it. In this one, you just have to be a class that can use those rods, and then you just select it from the item menu, and it'll snap it. That being said, what this means is you can have a rod equipped, which boosts the damage of that element, and then snap a rod, and that elemental boost does apply to the rod snap.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
So if you equip a Frost Rod and snap a Frost Rod, it does like 4,000 damage.
Also, can we just point out that this party's kind of a bunch of dicks for forcing a guy who has a fear of heights? And they just laugh at him about it?
Yeah. So this is the Hiryu. It can fly over water. It cannot cross mountains. And can only land on clear land.
Wait, is she still poisoned? No. Okay.
No, the Hiryu does cure her. Or Wind Drake. It does cure her after she feeds it the dragon herb.
That's good.
That one is just a storyline poisoning.
Oh, I forgot to see if that whip was equipable.
It is not.
Ah, well.
It will be equipable by one of your later jobs, but
We'll get better ones by that.
There's only like 5 whips in this entire game. I genuinely don't remember if we'll have access to a better whip by the time we get that class.
Ah. So up here was the Wind Shrine.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the meteor. Okay, only stuff that you've been to shows up on the...
Hold up. You are going to want to go back through that little gap over by the pirate cave.
Right over here?
Yep. And then down around and fly over where the meteor was. This is technically a little bit of a sequence break, but not a massive one. I literally mean like up over the meteor to the other side of it. We're going to Tycoon Castle.
Oh! I mean, I didn't even say hi and you opened the door. That is service.
so you'll want to go in the main hall there.
You must return to the castle for good. Yeah, that's not going to happen. What do you mean there's no way you can recover without the princess?
Well, I mean, they don't have anyone in charge right now. King Tycoon fucked off in a ball of light.
That's literally what the Chancellor's for! Sure, and then we're raiding the pantry. And the treasury.
Yep. Kinda, yeah, actually. So it is worth noting, this is entirely missable.
Yeah, I would bet. No,
Older sister, Salsa. The PlayStation translation of FF5 was really fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're curious about what you're doing too. Oh, we can't Cecil it. No, ouch. Fire's hot.
Yeah. No, Butts isn't dumb enough to stick his hand in fire.
Move out of the way, old man. Let's see here. We'll try up here.
Not really much of anything to do in the throne room right now.
Any of the side rooms worthwhile?
Not up here, no.
Okay.
But there is more stuff in the castle. It's just
Yeah.
from like the courtyard area. So if you head off to the right, you can kind of slip between the walls there, up above that tree. There you go.
Very
and
sneaky.
Into this tower, which has another couple free cottages.
Nice.
It's just the chests here, none of the
Oh, okay.
pots or anything have anything in them. Yeah, 2 free cottages is nothing to sneeze at.
Yep.
And then off to the left, and down the stairs, and then through that little gate. The storehouse.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this? I think I know something that's in here.
So if we had anyone that could use it right now, that healing staff is really goddamn good.
Yeah.
It effectively casts like a Cure 2 on whoever you hit with it.
We didn't get anything we can use. That's a lot of money right there.
One of those is usable by one of our later jobs.
Ah.
Actually, 2, maybe? I think our second job might be a staff user as well. Do not remember off the top of my head, honestly.
I'll hold on to it till then.
Well, I'll verify real quick.
I'm fairly well stocked up, so I'm not too worried about it.
Alright, so now you're going to go back over towards where you were in Carwin there, and there's a little sort of loop down. Actually, if you just go south from here, there's a castle and a town. This is Waltz.
Ah. Should we check castle or town first, or does it matter?
Yeah, either one, really.
We're at the castle.
You don't get particularly locked out doing stuff. Yes, Red Mage can use staves, so...
Excellent.
Yeah, they're one of 4 jobs that can use staves. Well, 6 technically if you count Freelancer and Mimic.
Alright, see, that right there, that line, that was what I was fearing was there. But apparently it's this castle.
That's in Wall Castle basement.
Yeah. It's cold because you have poor ventilation. Or insulation, whatever.
I will say this much, in Pixel Remaster, you can actually successfully run from the Jackanapes.
That's good. I expected a side haul there.
Now, most of the castles in this game don't really have much in the way of side paths and stuff interior. There's a lot of like external secret stuff like that Eastern Tower in Tycoon, but not a whole lot that's inside. Just because your crystal exploded doesn't mean that it's likely that our crystal will explode, so we're going to keep using it.
Another meteor. That's unusual.
Hope you didn't have any emotional attachment to these mountains.
Look out the window, sir. You can actually see outside the window. I hope you understand. The water crystal is in danger. Yeah, we've been saying that. I'm robbing them blind.
There's not really a whole lot in this castle unless you want to take a trip to the basement.
Not yet. And there's nothing up here, it looks like.
No.
Okay, real question. Is there anything to be gotten that's usable in the basement right now?
I mean, the Elf Cape.
Ah.
That's primarily what you go in the basement for.
We give it one shot. Where is the basement from here?
Go inside. And then down the stairs to the right.
I am blind. I completely missed that.
And then the door on the right there. The top door. Try to run.
That's unfortunate.
Try to run. You might make it out before he kills your whole party. Nope.
Nope.
I mean, still not going to survive, but...
All right, so that's, we'll be back here later.
It's not really necessary. There's like 2 other elf capes in the game. This is just access to an early one.
Oh, it auto-save me here.
Yes, Pixel Remaster does have auto-saves every screen transition.
Still, no. However, there are other rooms.
Nothing else of terrible importance unless you feel like getting your shit pushed in by Shiva.
Not yet.
Not ever. You don't have Summoner. It's pointless.
It's true.
There is technically one reason to go to the tower that has Shiva in it, except the same thing enemy that you would get that spell from is also just in the Walls Tower, so...
Ah. I mean, I just bought gear, but let's take a look.
I feel like Walls might have iron? Don't remember.
It does.
Yeah.
Don't think, well, let's see here. Sell the whip.
You can sell that Mithril Helm. By the time you have any class that can use it, it's not going to be worth it. You can sell that Shuriken, even though it's only 5, because it's never going to be of use. And that Diamond Bell.
Samurai can use that?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a Samurai Katana.
Yeah, what is the world coming to these days? Is there any... I should actually start grabbing this.
That would be the case, except... The Walls Magic Shop is nothing but time, magic, and summons.
Well... Well played, game. In other words, it is time to, well, we can wait till we actually get the Red Mage before we bother spell collecting.
Pop back into town there, that house to the left. Get down the stairs into the water there, and then up in that house to the left.
There's stairs. Okay. Really? It's gonna be one of those days, huh? Is there another stair that leads into the water?
Nope.
Ugh. Move out of the way or I'll stab you. Ah, silver specs.
Yep, free accessory.
I'm gonna start putting the more defensive stuff on Ferris.
Yep. All right, now, well,
Now we fight these things that decide to pick a fight with us. Oh, I don't want to attack. Brain, why? Oh, that's right. Actually, this isn't a brain issue. This is a... You died. Okay. So which do we want first? Meteor or tower?
we have nothing to do with the meteor right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Gorilla?
Friend of children.
I don't know, Vorton. It's one of those things that, yeah, I've heard that say, like, the world didn't end at 2012, but it hasn't improved since then. There's been improvements. Like, granted, there's also been a lot of bad stuff that's happened since then, but that's just the way of the world. The world gets better and worse at the same time.
So these Rickard mages, on rare chance, will drop fire rods.
Ooh.
Wrong way.
Oh, wrong way. Yep.
Okay, these elf toads do have a spell.
All right.
I do believe they only cast it if they're the only thing left alive, though, so you'll need to kill the ice soldier first.
Come on, cast it. You know you wanna. Was that it?
It was. I think that still counts.
Yeah, if not, it's not like we can't fight it again.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope, did not count, but there will be more elf toads in here.
Yep.
Ah, wyvern.
Because he's there.
That, again, was the god-awful PlayStation translation. Literally called this thing's capital Y, like the letter Y, burn.
Wow.
It was a real bad translation.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, we're fixing that problem right now. There it is. I need a sword again.
Yeah, I do kind of wish of all the quality of life improvements Pixel Remastered make, I do wish they would have done like an auto sort for inventory.
Consumed with a drink command, huh?
Yeah, you can sell that when you get a chance, because we're not going to have a chemist.
Yep, there was something there. Or is it just a hole in that wall?
No, you come up from below.
Oh, okay.
The column on the level down has vines on it. You climb up. There's little stairs into the water. Yeah. They are actually easier to see in the Pixel Remaster than they are in the original, but they're still pretty easy to miss.
Yeah. Ooh.
That, I don't think is an improvement over the Kenpo Gi.
Probably not. So yeah, if the cast had been nameable, like I said before, I was going to name them after FF14 characters. I was going to name whoever was going to be the more or less the Blue Mage was going to be named after the guy from the quest line. I'd say your trainer, but technically he doesn't teach you shit except giving you a crystal.
Yeah.
For Samurai, I was torn between either Hien or Xenos.
Yeah.
Red Mage was going to be Alice. And for Beastmaster, I was going to pick that one Sikh who just keeps on appearing in Boja. Oh, I don't know why I did attack. Because my first thought was Lions, which is like the other Beastmaster NPC that you deal with in Boja a lot. But I'm like, nah, I can't do that. It's got to be as stupid as possible. Clearly that one guy who just keeps on popping up in skirmishes. Oh, come on, just hit me already. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, I like the ready sprite for the frog. Alright, I was gonna say, I'm assuming I have to cure that.
Yep.
There we are, Maiden's Kiss. Aha! A trap.
Yeah.
Ooh. Both shiny and effective. I'm glad they don't make you take damage for falling.
Nope. In most cases, falling is just a setback and a chance for more random battles, but not actually a penalty in and of itself. There is like one place where you'll be dropped into damage floors, basically. But
Ah, that makes sense. Oh, Ferris is regular attacking.
yeah, she was a frog for a little bit.
Yep.
It is worth noting, in case it ever comes up later, once we've gotten Samurai, Gill Toss does not give a flying fuck if you're a frog or not.
Amazing.
It is absolutely usable as a frog, and nothing in the calculations is based off your actual stats, so it does not matter that you are a frog. You will still do the exact same damage with Gill Toss, whether you are frog or mini or whatever. The only thing that will affect it is if you have any of the like level drain type conditions.
Ah. Hello, friend of children.
Garula, again, level 2.
Ah. There's no point trying for frog, is there? You know, I say that. I'm going to try it. Worst that happens is I waste a turn. Miss doesn't mean immune.
Is true. Congratulations, you have found the Blue Mage strat for Garula.
Come on. I think I just need to remember the... oh, you cheeky bitch.
Yes, he does know Toad specifically to unfrog himself. But you can just keep throwing pawn scores on him every time he frogs himself.
That's just too funny. Should be known, I do not advocate punching frogs with goblin fists. But this is still funny. Man, he is just a bucket full of health.
Yes. So again, because most stat calculations are not in any way really tied to levels, he is level, like, 2, but he does have, like, 1,200 health.
Yeah.
And that's how blue mages defeat Garula. Alternatively, you snap that frost rod in his face.
I was considering it. If we didn't have the ability to frog him and then just keep punching, I was honestly considering, I'm just like, I'm going to break this frost rod and see what happens.
Yep.
We were too late. That guy looks like a villain. Not from this angle. Here. Feel. Not now! Oh, we actually have to go collect them this time.
Uh-huh. Only the wind crystals come to you.
Bah! The rest of them are lazy. Ah, Berserker. The class that I'm glad I don't get forced with.
I didn't really have any problems with having a Berserker on my team, solely because, again, I already had, like,
Oh,
Blue
right.
Mage, which means most of the things that Berserker causes a problem for, I had stuff to one-shot anyways.
Fair enough. Wait, what about that other crystal? Game. I guess I don't get that other crystal, whatever it was.
Goodbye, Mime Crystal. We shall not see you again this playthrough.
Oh, God. We don't know how to swim. Oh, hey, soldier. Oh, God, she's eating us. Well, that's the end of our adventures. I mean, better to come out that end than the other one, I guess.
Can't believe they would kill Sildra after they emotionally invested us so deeply in her.
No, they killed Sildra off twice. And I still don't care. Oh, well, at least you'll be useful as a summon later. Oh, wait. It almost sounded like a fuck you. All right. Yeah, we'll keep the longsword on. Though, I mean, may as well, since it doesn't look like they can actually yield... Oh, wait, no, because I don't want them swinging with a heal staff. That'd be dumb.
Also, if you put it in the left hand, it'll remove the weapon in the right hand.
Ah, can't dual wield. That makes sense, because that's a skill you get off another class.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I think only one red mage, or am I required to split it?
Nope.
Okay.
You have to have one character be the job, but that is the most you are required.
All right. Before we do anything else, let's go hunt down some spells.
Yep. So you can go just to the north to Carwyn. Actually, from there, I believe Carwyn. It's going to be to the right. It's literally just north of where the tower was. I believe the Carwyn Magic Shop has the same stuff that was in the other town. I could be wrong, though.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I go to the other town.
Yeah.
So they don't have slots, right? Any spell okay, cool. So may as well just buy all spells.
Yep. Spells do technically have levels in the sense that as a red mage, you will never get the top level black and white spells, but
yeah,
we are nowhere near that point yet, so...
That is one thing about the Pixel remasters I am not a fan of, actually. Their default when you are talking to the innkeep is to say no to resting.
Ah.
So if you're just trying to run in real quick to rest, it's like, nope. Just make sure I have that saved. All right. I'm assuming back to Waltz. If you said something, you cut out.
I'm trying to think. It's been so long since I followed actual story progression and talked to the people that you need to talk to. I don't remember offhand. I believe so.
Okay. It's a very interesting D20 that fell down, it looks like.
Yeah, I believe you are supposed to go to talk to people at Waltz Castle.
Yeah, the king's probably not happy. Hey, King, your crystal broke. Oh. Did the king die in the tower? No, okay.
Yeah, this is when they actually tell you to go back to Tycoon, but we have no reason to since we already went.
Yeah. To Karnak. Why do I have a feeling that these meteors aren't actually a bad thing? Trying to see on the map if I can tell where I'm supposed to go for that.
You just go to Waltz Meteor.
Ah.
You cannot actually fly to Karnak. It is all blocked off by mountains.
Oh, that's right. I realized I think we did get past the graveyard last time. Because I remember doing this.
Yeah, we ended the first session in the graveyard because it was crashing. Then you switched emulators, and we did a second session.
Nope, it's not a warp, it's a disintegration spell. Quick, everyone, jump in. Bye, dragon.
To the Karnak meteor.
Sure is useful. Yeah, seems alright.
Yeah, so Red Mage as a job, a lot of people feel is pretty low tier, but frankly, they're not really paying attention. Red Mage is actually really good. First off, you've got somebody to hold staves and rods, which means they can do rod snapping. Also, while yes, they technically don't get the highest tiers of white and black magic, they do get everything but that, which still gives you a lot of utility and a lot of useful spells. And just in general, they also get to wield like swords and have decent armor, better than most other casters. Like overall, they're not a half bad job.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of them. They are the versatility class.
Money dogs.
I don't think I like this question mark stuff.
Oh, congratulations on your new blue mage spell.
I'm gonna have to actually switch the settings to cursor memory, just so I stop having to readjust.
Manually selected menus, yeah. Right, so every pack of 5 wild knacks is worth 625 gil.
It's a good amount of money.
Yep, they are money dogs. This is, generally speaking, your first grind point in FF5. Once you actually get to the town of Karnak.
Oh boy. Aha! Fire is their weakness. A zoo! That did less damage than I expected it to do.
So that new blue magic spell you got, by the way, the question spell, deals damage equal to the difference between your max health and your current health.
Oh. May as well.
Meaning, in some cases, it can be an insanely damaging spell if you have a very high max health and a very low current health. And it also only costs like 3 MP, so it's still fairly cheap.
Yep. Magic shop. It's locked, of course. Okay, this is about where I actually left off the furthest I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit past this. Ooh, mithril. And silver. Let's see here. Power drink. Sell that. It's like, not going to have a chemist, so that's not a problem. Yeah, what? Son of a bitch. Godbert? Oh, explosives. So you're a Sid.
Yeah. You have now met Nerd 1.
Those terrible machines. Look, I don't think he knew what was going to happen. Either that or sweep up the rest of the shards and hold them in our pockets. Every Chancellor looks the same. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, are we going to get arrested for trying to shop again?
All right, so I'm just going to give you advance notice here, as best you can, with the understanding that fire is blocking the way in a lot of places. You may want to familiarize yourself with the layout of this castle.
Okay. Damnable fire. I don't see any secret passages there. I'm assuming at some later point I will have a time limit to get through here.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Why are you guys keeping stuff lit on fire? People are literally the worst.
It's less that they're keeping stuff lit on fire and more that the fire crystal just has fire everywhere. Like, it doesn't spread or anything. These are controlled fires. They're just there.
What, did the captain, hang out in the fire? Entire town is a fire hazard. The queen is missing. Duh. Alright, let's try this again. Wait, is that lava out there? Well, so it is.
They're really into their fire theming.
Yeah.
What can I say? And here you see the origin of the term Team 750.
Yes. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Gonna have to do a little bit of money grinding.
Especially because you're going to want to stock up on rods.
Oh. It's that time, I hear.
Uh-huh.
Ah, there we go. What are my stats looking like? Okay, let's go find an inn first. Hey, are you aware that your town's on fire?
Constantly.
Oh god, there's even fire here. Oh, it's in the fireplace. We're good. So what I'm hearing is it's time to go hunt packs of wolves.
Yep, fortunately, this forest right outside of town has nothing but wild knacks. Yeah, all told, you're looking to want to get anywhere from 5 to 10 of each rod, essentially, and that'll generally carry you through the rest of the world. Because this is the only place that sells them for quite a while.
Well, that's good to know.
And you don't always have opportunity to get back here easily, so... What's up?
Might actually be advantageous for this. Grind.
Yeah, have 3 red mages so they can all throw fires.
Yep.
Yeah, generally speaking, 2 casts is going to do it. Wild Knacks have, I think, 95 HP, I want to say.
Ah. Looks like her red mage outfit is pretty similar to everyone else's.
Yeah. Some of her jobs are, and then some of hers, like I said, are wildly off.
I don't recall if I've actually checked what magic's in the shops. Well, hello there. I'm assuming I'm not buying anything from you. That's correct.
Yeah, if you ever see a shop set up like that, one of them's going to be white magic, one of them's going to be black magic, and one of them will be time and or summons.
Now, how expensive is this? I mean, at one shots, that's more mana effective,
Well,
I think.
Here's my recommendation. Have a go on Vorton. Pop back into town real quick and buy a fire rod.
If I have enough money for it.
You should. You had like 200 left, and you just got 625.
That's true.
Right now, equip that to. I think Galef is usually the one going first. So.
And then have him do fire as opposed to flame.
Yeah.
Or fire 3, 2, blar. I speak. Good lord, almost 1 a.m. Wow. Thank you for hanging around so much, man.
Yeah, Vorton's East Coast.
I just didn't realize it was that late already.
Yep, almost 10 o'clock. Yep, see, with a fire rod, a regular fire will do enough.
Yep. I'll do another kill on them before going back in to grab 2 more.
Get both red mages to get fire rods.
Yep.
And these are the parts of the game where it's very nice to have the pixel remasters and their ability to just set auto battle.
Yes.
Like, it can still be pretty quick with cursor memory in the Super Nintendo and GBA versions, but not nearly as quick as auto battle, which not only automatically does the thing, but also actually speeds up the battle.
Yes. That being said, it is getting to be almost the 3-hour mark for streaming. I am feeling a little drained, and we are at a grind point. So I'm going to actually save here and call it for this stream.
Yep, not a bad spot. Then just between streams, do some grinding.
Exactly. Make sure I got good equipment for everyone and enough rods for making it through the next bit.
Yep, and then stock up on however many items you feel like. There's an item store in the inn there.
True. Never a bad idea to stock up on curatives.
Yep.
All right. I want to thank everyone who stopped by to watch. I'm already enjoying this far more than the last time I was playing it, and I honestly think part of it being the challenge of knowing that there's only so many classes I'm going to be allowed to use.
Mm-hmm.
The Pixel Remaster is absolutely beautiful, and the music's pretty good too. I will be back tomorrow night streaming. I think I'm going to start streaming it. I've been doing some Super Metroid randomizers, and really am getting into it. And I think I'm going to run the next one tomorrow night. And then after that, on Thursday, we'll be returning to more for Job Fiesta. We're no longer doing stuff on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday is done now that we finished V3.
All right. So Sunday on Sound Goblin Gaming, guys still have more SD Gundam G Genesis.
Generation Genesis.
Yes, that a lot of letters there that are all G's. What part are you guys at?
We are going to be doing CCA and the start of Unicorn.
Nice.
Yeah, we wrapped up Double Zeta last weekend, and so we are going to do the 2 scenarios of CCA and the first scenario of Unicorn on Sunday.
Okay. And then Monday is once again on Sound Goblin Gaming, doing the Elden Ring playthrough with the restrictions of being effectively a Pokemon run.
Hmm.
And then next Tuesday, I'll be back here, while Sound Goblin Gaming will also be gone, getting near finishing up Phoenix Point.
They may have wrapped it up tonight, from what I
Oh.
was hearing.
Well,
It's going to be it was either tonight or possibly next week, but
Yeah.
pretty close to done.
yeah. Either way, it should be a lot of fun. I've been the host, Hunter Green,
I've been Bograt.
and I hope you all have a wonderful night.